2026 for me is all about building community, because the way that the job market is set up with AI taking entry-level jobs, layoffs happening at a rapid pace, DEI being slashed, so there's not that conduit for us to get jobs as easy as before. And then LinkedIn and Indeed really being a place where you can't necessarily trust that the jobs are actually going to be calling you back, or there might actually be hiring. In-person relationships and being able to meet people when you don't need them.
Yeah.
So when you do, the relationship is there.
Easy to dream a dream, though it's harder to live.
This episode is powered by Big Stage Energy. If you are a tech professional and you're trying to build your speaking career and you want to get more notice, you want to, travel around the world, do cool things in the tech space and build your personal brand, this is a company that you want to check out and you don't want to miss. And we have their information in our description below. Thank you, Big Stage Energy. Hi, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Techpreneur Talks. My name is Justice Collier. I am your host, and today we have a lovely guest by the name of Jared. Jared, it's good to see you.
Good to be here, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited to have you. So you guys are familiar with Jared. He is the guy in the tech space, and yes, I'm going to brag. So Jared has helped me along my journey in my career within a year, which is so crazy. Like, he has gotten me so many speaking engagements. People always ask me, Justice, how are you speaking here? How are you speaking there? And I'm like, I work with this great company called Big Stage Energy. And so today we brought him on to talk about his business and how you guys can learn more about personal branding and expanding and connecting your circle. So Jared, let's get into it. Okay, so with your business, what is Big Stage Energy?
Yeah, so Big Stage Energy originally started out the way that we met, when it was, more about connecting subject matter experts in tech to conference stages, podcasts, as well as figuring out different ways to monetize your personal brand. You had that last part figured out. But when it comes to the stages and the podcast, it was just me connecting you with the people in my network. And that just came from 5 years of organic, making connections with conferences, et cetera. But what it expanded to now is a membership community where for 12 months, for the low price of $4.99, we give you access to like 70 plus tech conferences. We do a ticket drop Tuesday, every Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
We have speaker Saturdays, so we have conference organizers come into a private Zoom and talk about the applications, the topics, and just give our members like access to these conferences that they might not have known about to figure out ways to get on stage. But at the end of the day, the goal really is to give our community an opportunity to connect with decision makers. Those could be recruiters and hiring managers. Those could be podcasters. Those could be conference organizers for speaking engagements. Those could be investors for startups. Basically everybody in my ecosystem that I find valuable, I just bring them into our school community. That's where it's housed. And then we drop tickets. And I'm gonna be busy this year. This is my 4th city in like 7 days. And that's because I wanna make sure wherever my members are, I'm there to help them facilitate their experience, talk to the right people that they wanna talk to, because it's not about going to conferences, it's about getting in front of decision makers that can change your year and ultimately your life.
So how do you determine who can actually become a member or a part of the community? Like, who would be a great fit, or is like, it's open to like, the community?
It's really open to everybody as long as they're not somebody that's gonna stress me out.
And what that look like?
That means somebody that's like anxious about, going to conferences and meeting people. So one thing that I like to do, and I'm gonna focus on this year, is really talking more about how to build relationships, how to lead with value, how to follow up, and how to make the most out of conferences. I'm also gonna, I travel a lot, so how to save money with flights, hotels, things of that nature, because that's a big concern for people as well. But at the end of the day, like, it's $4.99. Like Afrotech, for instance, that's a $6.25 ticket. It's included. So just out the gate, you're already making the money back. So just really appreciating the fact that, look at this like a buddy pass, like with airlines. That's what it is for a tech conference. We'll let you know who's gonna be there, what the value is gonna be, and you can pull up at no cost once you pay that flat rate. But also, I'm really about people that are gonna be a vibe inside the school community. So we have a whole, chat with different categories. One category is speaking opportunities. One's like grant opportunities and startup opportunities for funding. One is for, I think I said speaking, what were some other ones? Oh yeah, the tickets, et cetera. But then we have members like Recruiter Cousin, we got members like Rochelle from Salesforce. We got members like Juwan the Techie, the podcaster. Like, we got people that can just kind of say, hey, if you want to be on my podcast, hey, if you're looking for a job at Salesforce, hey, if you're looking to, do content together. And those are the type of people that I want in the community ultimately. But if you're like a college student that doesn't know where to start in life, you're welcome as well, because because we want you to be, insulated with veterans, insulated with executives that can really pour into you and, show you the ropes and mentor you. So that's why we try to keep the price accessible.
Right.
And, over the course of the year, our goal is to give you $10,000 worth of tickets. And, as I mentioned before, the diverse tech conferences, I got those kind of unlocked because of just my experience speaking on those stages, helping them with sponsors. I have good relationships with those folks.
Right.
And I love diverse conferences because it's good to be around, people that look like you, that can relate to you, and that's amazing. But 2026, I'm getting out of my comfort zone and getting in front of the mainstream conferences like the CESs, the Reacts, the Informas, the Human X's, the AI4s, et cetera, that have less representation when it comes to diversity, but they have the most cutting edge conversations around AI, quantum computing, robotics, cybersecurity, automation, all the things that are going to really impact the future of work.
Right.
And if diverse communities aren't in these conversations, don't have the relationships, aren't on stages, then it's going to put us in a precarious position once 2030 hits and artificial superintelligence and artificial general intelligence and all the things that are going to just take off in the next 4 to 5 years. So my mission is for our members to be aware of it, and even our non-members. So I have a free site called securethebadge.com. So if you can't afford to be a part of the community and get the free tickets, you'll at least be aware of all the conferences happening.
Now that's pretty cool, because I'm not gonna lie, even before I met him, I was having the hardest time trying to figure out when's the next conference, who have a conference, what's the name of the conference, and like who all's gonna be there and how can we get the tickets. So you coming up with the security badge was very clutch, because even at Thanksgiving, like I had people sending me the link and I'm like, I know the person who started this. Like, you're sending me the link and I'm very aware of this. But I think it's really cool because people can keep up, they can share with their peers, and they can already prepay for like events if they want to attend these events. So I thought it was very clever.
Yeah, and you go and secure the badge, I think it should become evident, like as you look at all the conferences and it's like one's $199, one's $499, one's $799, et cetera. It's like, well, why not pay $499 and have access to all of them? And have access to a tribe of people that you know are going to be there. So you're not just kind of wandering around trying to figure out where do I fit in. It's like, no, like let's hop on a group call or get in a group chat and we're all going to CES and we're passing around the different events and we're like, yo, this party's lit, or this session is really good, or hey, there's recruiters here. So 2026 for me is all about building community, because the way that the job market is set up, with AI taking entry-level jobs, layoffs happening at a rapid pace, DEI being slashed, so there's not that conduit for us to get jobs as easy as before, and then LinkedIn and Indeed really being a place where you can't necessarily trust that the jobs are actually going to be calling you back, or there might actually be hiring. In-person relationships and being able to meet people when you don't need them, so when you do, the relationship is there. I recommend that people, whether they join or not, get outside and meet people and lead with value and build a Rolodex. Because if somebody's like, yo, I need to get on a conference, I know 10 organizers. If somebody's like, I need investors, I know 10 VCs. These aren't people that I necessarily need, but I know there's people in my network that could utilize them. So it increases my value by knowing them.
I'm one of those because I be needing them. Okay, cool. No, that's good.
I got you, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you definitely came in clutch for me. So I want to get into more about like the DEI stuff, because what are your thoughts on the DEI cuts and how is it affecting conferences now?
I mean, from a sponsorship perspective, it's hurting the conferences terribly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because talent acquisition no longer is in a place of needing, the diversity quota. Because diversity quota was like a great thing for us, because I used to have recruiters back in 2021, 2022, be like, yo, I need to meet my diversity quota. Give me like the top, black people, or, whatever race, but black people. I'm trying to put my people on. I'm not, no shame in my
No, I
game.
hear what you're saying.
And they trust the fact that I'm not going to put them in front of anybody that's not qualified, motivated, or has high integrity. So it was easy for me to usher people in that way. But now there's no requirement for that. In fact, they're kind of like, it's all about merit, which is okay. And that's why I really tell people, like, in 2026, don't think that you can like toggle the mouse and be, just act like you're working and be at the pool and do the bare
No, you can't
minimum.
play that.
You need to actually be a student of the game, really understanding the different AI that can make you even better at what you do. And you should pick something that you're really passionate about. But when it comes to the conferences, talent acquisition budgets are slashed, teams are being slashed. There's an abundance of talent, so they don't necessarily need to search for talent. So that being said, what Big Stage Energy as a company is doing beyond being a membership community that puts people on opportunities, is we work with conferences to get them sponsors. And how we're doing that is we actually work with like 300 software resellers from like Zoom, 8x8, Dialpad, these, technologies that companies need to run. And they're interested in what executives are going to be at the conference that we could do business with. So we're shifting from talent acquisition sponsors to business development sponsors.
Nice.
And so what we're doing to just kind of be the bridge is say, hey, XYZ conference, these software companies, if you put these CTOs, these VPs on stage, they're willing to do sponsorships to get the opportunity to build a relationship with the hopes that that 25, 50, 100K sponsorship turns into a $500K $1 million deal. So I'm hopeful and I'm excited about this new approach. The conferences that I'm speaking to are excited about it as well. And we're gonna see a different caliber, honestly, of speaker on stage because the sponsors want those top executives. And I think it's gonna benefit the attendees as well.
No, that's pretty good. And I like the way that you having everything like structured that way, because just seeing like, when starting, well, I wouldn't say starting out because you had the company before I even came, honestly. But I always wonder, like, how do you know who needs to be where, or like who would be a great fit for certain conferences?
Right.
Like, how do you determine that? Because you have a large clientele, like you don't have a little one. So
Right.
it's like, how do you know, like, hey, this person is good for this person is good for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just about the themes of the conference, right? So like TechSgiving, for instance, they have the GovTech portion of it. They have the like career portion of it. And then they have the GovTech career. And I think the other one was like engineering, cybersecurity, like the real technical portion of it. So yeah, like it's GovTech, I'm gonna holler at Ace, be like, Ace, you'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
If it's early career stuff, then I'm gonna talk to like recruiter cousin or, the recruiters in my network, like LinkedIn, resume, all that stuff.
Got it.
Yeah, and then when it comes to the super technical stuff, I'll holler at like Charles, cloud tech exec, and be like, yo, like plug him in. So I really look at the tracks, and then I just look at the skill sets of the people that I'm working with.
Smart.
And I just like plug them in, so it's like a no-brainer.
Oh, I like that. Okay, bet. And then so as for like people who are super new, who's trying to get into it, but don't really know what they want to do, but they just know they want to speak or build their social presence, how do you help them out with that?
Yeah, so I would say like just use social media to show your journey in terms of all the things you're doing to get into the places you want to get into. I'm gonna mess up her username, but I think Shay in the Cloud.
Oh, Shane the Cloud, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, she was already doing great things, but she said, you know what, I'm going to push myself to get this salary in this new role. And she documented like a day in the life of everything she was doing to get there. And she went super viral by that because it's super relatable. She's vulnerable about it. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so awesome. It's like, this is a struggle for me, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
And she did, and she got the role, and now she's killing it. And now because of that growth in her social media, she's getting brand deals and getting paid to speak and doing all the things, and she's got the dream job.
Yeah.
And it keeps you accountable as well, and it also gives you visibility, so people are like, hey, I can help you get to your goal faster because I like you, I know you, and I trust you. 2026 is about being known, trusted, and liked by as many people as possible.
Got it.
Because, like for instance, I just put a post up about CES in Vegas, and it was kind of tongue-in-cheek story on Instagram, being like, I'm the only black guy at the NVIDIA CEO keynote. And I wasn't the only one,
Yeah.
but it felt that way
Right.
at the time. And the story got a lot of traction. So I was like, let me throw this on LinkedIn. And yeah.
Oh, I didn't even check LinkedIn yet.
Yeah, so it got like 1,200 likes.
What?
Like 800 shares, and I gained 1,000 new connections
Oh, wow.
from that post. But like the caliber of people, like SVP of Pepsi and VPs at NVIDIA, and like,
Yeah.
hey, we got black people.
Yeah.
Let's highlight that. Got him. Like there's just so many relationships that are about to form just because I decided to make that post. I would say, as much as it might feel cringy, you might feel awkward, you might feel self-conscious about it, because I can relate. Like, as confident as I am, I don't like to post my face and my videos and talking and all that kind of stuff, unless it's like a podcast, because we can kind of vibe. But I'm just gonna post it and be authentic and just be like passionate about whatever it is that I want to talk about, come from a real place. And if you post every day consistently across platforms, it's gonna go. You might get like 5 views the first time, 10 likes the first time, but once that one goes, then you can kind of figure out your rhythm. And then Instagram, I took that same post and put it on Instagram and basically just kind of described what happened on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And in the last 7 days, gained 6,100 new Instagram followers. It's got like to date maybe like 14,000 likes.
Oh, that's crazy.
And a bunch of shares and all kind of stuff. And so now it's exciting times. It's like, all right, cool. Let me go through all the people that I connected with. Let's do discoveries and let's figure out how we can help each other succeed. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't make that post.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's important to be known, trusted, and liked out here. Because if you're not, your job or your investor opportunity or that speaking engagement is going to go to the person that has it.
That is true. Now, okay, let's speak for our shy people now, because we got a lot of shy people in the tech space.
Yep.
So how can they build and grow and be like, trusted, because they're super shy to vocalize things? How do you work with those type of people?
Yeah, what's really cool, and I think you take advantage of it really well.
Do it.
Substack.
Oh, I love it. I put all my mentees on Substack.
Yeah. So Substack is, I think, the play for people that are introverted. Like just get it on your laptop, do it in the privacy. You don't have to do takes. You don't have to be on camera. You don't have to edit. You just really just speak your mind. You can have AI enhance it if you want, but ultimately just be authentic and just share whatever it is that you want to share. And people are making serious money.
I make good money off Substack.
Yeah. And I was at this conference. It was like an influencer conference called Aspire, and Gary Vee was just going in on like Substack and how it's the future of like the creator economy and being able to, build like a real like strong audience. So I would say if you're shy, definitely like check out Substack and just start, just typing out stuff and seeing what happens. And if one goes viral, like create a paid subscriber section. And I'm saying this for myself too, because I don't use Substack.
Oh, I love it. I put on, let me tell you something. I used to post Substacks on a daily. People used to be like, you post so much. How do you have time? How do your brain even like function? I'm like, listen, I started posting daily and I got up to like 400 subscribers, and then I still get paid. So like I charge, and it literally can cover your bills. Substack pay good, and they pay you the same day.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a tool to, if you're trying to do faceless marketing, definitely tap into Substack for sure.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm not good at, but I want to learn more about, is having like faceless content as well. So like HeyGen and all these different AI tools where you can basically just create content where it's talking for you. Just give it a script, you do the prompts. That's something that I'm going to start playing around with as well, so that I'm not so exhausted with all the takes and the editing, et cetera. Just be like, all right, here's what I want to talk about, and let my AI version of me talk about it on camera. And as long as the content is good, it should hit. And maybe you start off on camera first, but what Kevin O'Leary actually said at that event is, it actually becomes a game where people are like, is this really Justice or is this her AI? And it's about to get so good that they're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Well, I use AI. I use HeyGen for my academy for my students. Like if it's something quick, like a quick video, like 5 minutes, I would use it for the academy. Like, hey, this is like an update. This is a quick read, or this is something that if you have a Q&A, like an FAQ page or whatever, I use it for that, and I have it as my assistant. I literally let the students know, like, this is your assistant coach. So if you can't reach me, go look at the assistant coach and what she has listed in the portal. And they just click the video and they watch it. And they're like, they love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. You just got to make sure you label it and place it right in your business so it can make sense. It's like your mini avatar for your brand.
Yeah. As long as you're transparent that this is AI, I think people that don't know how to do it are impressed. The fact that you can do it. And as long as the content is good and the information is good. And that's the last thing that I'll say about shy people is if the content is good, the value is good, then just focus on the impact that you're trying to have via the content.
We're like, let's create a community for $499 a year where we can give them free conference tickets every Tuesday. And we can also show them and coach them how to get to the hiring managers, the recruiters, by actually bringing them into our school community and have them highlight like, hey, we're going to be at Thanksgiving and here's what we're interviewing for. I can actually announce it that Salesforce has agreed to do monthly mentorships. So Monday mentorships in Big Stage Energy. And shout out to Rochelle. It's going to be more so mentorship on career coaching, interview prep, all the things. So it's not like Salesforce is going to come in and give you a job for joining Big Stage Energy. So it's not saying that, but we have one of the best minds when it comes to career strategy. Shout out Rochelle Rawls. Definitely follow her on LinkedIn. But she's, agreed to just really pour into our community. So the thing about it is it's not about just conference tickets for Big Stage Energy. It's about connecting to decision makers to get to your goals.
Like I am actually I get nervous on stage. I
would never thought you would get nervous on stage.
I do, because I just I'm looking at everybody looking at me and I'm like, but then I just think to myself, what do I want to get across to everybody? How do I want to help the people in the room? And I get over it because it's just I get caught up in just sharing the information. And that's my advice to introverts is just get into sharing the information and get over what you look like, how you sound, are they judging me? Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares, and nobody's really thinking about you like that. And if they are, no, even me, ain't nobody worried about me. I had mad trolls in my comment when I had the only black guy in the room, but I was just that's more of a them thing than a me. Yeah. Something about me is triggering them that. I had the gall to say it or whatever, or they, whatever it is, blocked, keep it moving. Yeah. And at the end of the day, they ain't gonna see me in real life, I don't care.
I don't know, cause if you seen that TikTok where that girl was like, you know how easy it was to find you?
Well,
and then people walk up to us at conference and be like, hey, I follow you on Instagram. Hey, da-da-da-da,
No, I get approached all the time. The drive down from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta, I got stopped at a Buc-ee's. He was like, hey man, I saw your post about NVIDIA, man. I love that, So as long as you're putting out good energy, then the responses are gonna be positive. If I'm coming out talking negative about X, Y, and Z, then you might, mess around and find out. So that's why I keep my content empowered. I do not get into anything controversial personally, but controversial content gets the people going. So my stuff wasn't terribly controversial, but it did create a conversation. And that's something that I'm learning is all right, my content needs to be thought provoking and it can't be 3 ways to fix your resume. Yeah, that's vanilla. Yeah, but if it's robots are gonna take your jobs, then everybody's oh, screw the robots. Oh, the robots are gonna be great. Da 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 da. So get the conversations going, but not in a toxic, trolly way.
I'm glad you brought up toxic and trolling because everybody, I don't know if you've seen this, but everybody in social media has seen this. I think earlier in the fall of 2025, it was a woman on Instagram bashing a conference because she didn't get picked. How should people move in the tech space if they don't get picked and they feel like they should have to bash other people because they didn't write a good proposal, or maybe they didn't have a strong enough brand? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just feel like speaking negatively about an organization is going to hurt you in ways that you're not going to even realize, because you never know who they know, who's a part of it, et cetera. Because like the person that runs the organization, they have a network, obviously, because they had the ability to create an organization, a popular one that hundreds of people show up to. So anybody that's an ally of them could become an enemy of you if you bash them. And I know it's the easiest way to get attention is to be the person that calls people out and says negative things. And it might get you short-term attention, and you might be able to get a bunch of other negative people excited about you. But at the end of the day, people that are really getting stuff done are not the ones trashing people online. And I like to be around people that are getting things done, not the people that are, criticizing those that do.
No, I love that. And I think that's a very valid point. And I like that you brought that up, because I think people are getting too sensitive in this space. And it's like, it's not really about that. And you will mess up your own reputation if you're bashing one conference, because they all know each other. To me, I think they all know each other. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. Speaking of, okay, let's get into more about the conferences real quick. What would be your top 3 conferences and why? And what do you gain from attending those conferences?
Just the different categories, like diverse conferences versus mainstream, or just overall?
Or we can do diverse. Let's try diverse and then mainstream.
My favorite diverse conference, and this is probably the obvious one, is Afrotech. And the reason why is just the amount of opportunities to connect and network with different types of people in tech, from the startup space to the cyberspace to the AI space to the career space, et cetera. Ton of satellite events, which are really great. I think they've really started curating the content to be more workshop focused and certifications focused, so you can get nerdy if you want. But you can also, learn from, top celebrities or media professionals or executives. But for me, it's just like, it's like homecoming. So I just love Afrotech, and shout out to the team. I think they're doing a great job, and look forward for Big Stage Energy to partner with them in terms of sponsors and activations and speakers. The second one I would say is, there's a lot of them, but I would say like, it's hard to say 3, but I would just say like Techsgiving. I really like how organized they are in terms of the tracks. It's a mix of technical and substance and fun. And I think the team is very intentional about the outcomes that they're looking to create. I love Black Men in Tech, because Cam is like, he creates the tone of it, and he's very intentional about it not just being about tech resources, tech jobs, and providing people with tech opportunities, but it's also about supporting Black men, their mental health, feeling of belonging, feeling of they are enough, and a feeling of support. And there's a lot of young Black men that show up, and it's good just to be able to pour into them. So I love Black Men in Tech. Some honorable mentions, Render ATL, super technical, but also very fun. Shout out to Justin and team. They know how to turn up and have a good time, but they're gonna really give you that technical information, and Justin is not shy about that. He's also not shy about having a diverse speaker set. So you're not gonna just see, everybody from diverse sectors, but you're gonna see it from everything. Mainstream conferences, I would say CES has gained my appreciation. I wish there were more diverse individuals there, but the conversations that the executives brought to the conference, from NVIDIA to AMD to Amazon Web Services to Marriott to whoever, like every major CIO, CTO was there, and they were talking about AI ultimately, or they're talking about robotics. So they're giving you like behind the veil of what's about to happen. And I don't think you can get that anywhere else. And it was huge, just so many people, so many technologies. And it really gives you a focus into the future. The other ones that I'm excited about, HumanX. HumanX, I've never been to it, but just by the panels, CIO of Mercedes-Benz, Al Gore, CEO of Amazon Web Services. It's like 6,000 individuals, 60% of them are executives. The lineup looks crazy, so I'm excited about that one. And I'm excited about AI 4 in terms of just like how deep into the AI space that one's gonna get into. I just signed up for a media pass, so make sure you approve me.
Ooh, he done gave us a lot to work with here, okay?
Yeah.
I gotta write some of these down, because some of these I ain't even heard of.
Yeah.
When you gonna tell us?
Well, securethebadge.com. We update it daily, weekly. So as I was telling Justice, our goal in 2026 is we're going to support the diverse conferences as always. We're going to make sure people show up, show out. We're going to make sure they're sponsored and just curate the best conversations and the best experiences there. But we're also going to make sure that we infiltrate the mainstream conferences, the ones that cost $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Big Stage Energy's goal is to make it accessible for everybody via our community, and so that we can hear from the decision makers' perspective where the job market, where future of work, where AI and robotics can be implemented in the future, so that we can be competitive, as well as take those notes and apply it to our own businesses.
Nice. Well, those are some good gems, and thank you for dropping those for us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into another important topic, which is AI.
Yep.
With the people that's in the entry-level roles and or like career switchers a little bit, what are some advice you want to give the people that's out in the world today who need to adapt and learn more about AI, and they have a fear about AI taking their jobs?
Yeah, I would say just get over the fear and embrace the fact that it's not going anywhere. And although I'm tired of the cliche of like, AI is not going to take your job, people that know AI are going to take your job, like, okay, that's a great mic drop at this point.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
And I would say like use AI to learn AI. So the top AIs are like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. Literally use those tools to learn what are the top tools in the top areas of your skill sets and functions that you have to do day to day. So if you're trying to do content, what is the top new tools in January that have replaced the previous new tools and why?
Oh, good.
Yeah, like literally have AI update you on where AI is going.
Okay.
And then from there, they're like, hey, these are the emerging vibe coding platforms where you can build websites. These are the emerging content creation. These are the emerging, copywriting for your social media, whatever the case is. Jack Dorsey said this at InvestFest, and I thought it was a good idea and something that I try to do. Like block out an hour out of each day and think of things that you want to do that you think is impossible, and then ask ChatGPT what tools are best to do this impossible task. It'll give it to you, and then spend an hour just trying to break AI and see if it can do what you think it can't do. You'll be surprised what you learn from it, and then you can put that into your arsenal. And then when it comes to interviewing, you can take this into your interviews and be like, one thing that I'm really passionate about is how can I be most efficient at my job using AI to give myself time back so I can focus on the critical tasks that you think are most important for my day-to-day, whatever the case is. Before, I think it was a fear of, oh, the job's gonna think I'm lazy or I'm just not able to do it on my own. But I think now companies are like, okay, Justice is gonna do the work of 3 employees because she knows how to utilize AI for all these different things. But the other thing I would caution you on though is don't be so obvious with AI. Like, don't have those big dashes and all your...
I hate the big dashes. I can't stand them.
Yeah, like, don't have the big dashes. Like, I tell my AI when I prompt it, it's like, rewrite this so it doesn't sound like AI.
No facts.
You know what I'm saying? And take out those big dashes, please.
I have mine to sound like me. So I was like, hey, sound exactly like me, like during X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just have fun with it at the end of the day. Like, to me, it's exciting to be able to, especially as like a side hustle entrepreneur.
Yeah.
The things that we're able to do, like I built Secure the Badge with a paragraph. And then I just basically just started throwing conferences in there with the simple prompt, like add this conference in chronological order, and that's it.
Yeah.
Boom, it's in there. The links are there. It's all set up. So like, shout out to Lovable. Like, I love Lovable.
You actually got me on that. Actually, I put my students on. So now we use it for like quick website stuff. Like if a student to build a website and they're not good at like Wix, Weebly, or Webflow, we're like, yeah, use Lovable for sure.
Yeah, like Lovable, like if I want to snap something up, I can do it within like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
But just like the fact that before then I would have to actually know how to code, that's exciting to me, you know what I'm saying? So I would just say just get into it, get excited about it, figure out ways that you can monetize, ask ChatGPT how you can monetize it. There's a lot of cool Instagram sites that just all they do is provide prompts. So maybe ask ChatGPT like, what are the best Instagram profiles that provide the most cutting edge prompts around this category? But I love AI because the questions people used to be like, can I pick your brain?
Yeah.
I'd be like, go pick AI's brain.
Ooh, that's a good one. I
Because-
have to take that one. I didn't think about saying it like that.
No, because
But
AI's
it's
brain,
valid.
AI's brain is better than mine. And like, whenever I get a chance to do it, I actually just talked about this on Instagram Live. I'm gonna go like create an AI agent version of myself.
Okay.
Because when people are like, I want to pick your brain, I'm like, well, you can subscribe to Jared AI for like $9.99 a
facts.
month. Jared AI never sleeps. He's never tired. He's never gonna blow you off. And I'm gonna, like you did with your ChatGPT, it's gonna sound like me, it's gonna think like me, but it's also gonna be able to pull from resources that I don't even know about to help you in different areas. And I think it's gonna be a fun thing. One of my homegirls has a AI agent like company, so she's gonna let me do it for free. So shout out to that.
Oh, nice.
I forget the name of it because she keeps changing it. I wish I could say it because I would shout it out, but I'm sure she's gonna like sell it for millions of dollars and
Yeah.
move on. She's like that. But anyways,
That's really cool.
but yeah, like even that's something that you could do as well. Like, all right, you can't afford my, course. Go subscribe to this, you know what I'm saying, until you can.
Yes, it helped me like pretty much get rid of one-on-one calls because I'm trying to eliminate one-on-one coaching calls. So I'm like, yeah, if I could do something like that, that would save me a lot of time.
Yeah, like treat AI the way that these companies are treating AI. Because yeah, you could have hired somebody, but you're also enabling yourself to become wealthier because instead of paying an employee $30,000 a year, you get paid $30 a month for similar output. But you also, on the flip side, got to think of it that these big corporations are looking at you the same way.
Right.
So identify via AI, like based off of my career and my skill set, how at risk am I of being replaced by AI?
Yeah.
How soon? And what can I do to prevent it? And they'll be like, nah, you're good,
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh.
Or, hey, these technologies are coming out, et cetera, et cetera. How you can prevent it is by employing XYZ strategy or, maybe taking your skills and moving to a different position, whatever the case is. But basically use AI to learn AI. It sounds simple, but I think if you start doing it that way, then it's super easy. And then for content, the content calendars and strategies based off of your voice and based off of the niche that you want to create. I personally don't use it as much as I should, but I'm about to. Like when it comes to big stage energy, where there's some good content ideas, and I'm gonna make them my own, but it just takes the anxiety of trying to figure out like what reel should I do today, and what's gonna make sense. And yeah, like just use it to make your life easier, save you time, and get to the bag. So yeah, just get into it.
No, this is really good. This is really good. I was gonna ask, like, what do you think about AI making people lazy now? Because people don't know how to use their brain anymore because they use AI for everything. So how can you find the balance of using AI to benefit your life and also not to make you lazy?
Yeah, it is going to be a real scary problem for younger kids that are just so reliant on ChatGPT and they've never written a book report or whatever. So yeah, critical thinking is important. I would say how to avoid being lazy is touch grass and get outside. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cooped up on your computer all day, just addicted to AI. Like, use your critical thinking by, engaging in thoughtful conversations via conferences using big stage energy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, you gotta represent your brand.
No, but if you're outside, that's how you kind of like work your muscle, read books, and yeah, try to implement things with your hands if you're a dude. And as a woman, yeah, just focus on creativity. Like keep on moving your left brain. But yeah, when it comes to being lazy, I think you either got that dog in you or you don't. That's kind of where I'm just at right now. Like some people got that dog in them. Like you got that dog in you.
You gotta bark like you want it.
Yeah, man. And if you don't got that dog in you,
Yeah.
you're still gonna lose, because if we got that dog in us, but we're using AI at the same time, we're gonna far surpass somebody that's just AI dependent.
Yeah.
And that dog in you means like making the phone calls, making the emails, and doing the things, hopping on planes, taking the meetings. So yeah, I guess that's the roundabout way of answering it, is like, do the activities, lose AI to support you, but actually get out there and have goals, and stretch yourself. Don't be like so complacent with the easy thing.
Yeah. Oh, this was so good, y'all. I'm enjoying this. Oh my God. Okay, bet. So before we get ready to close, is there anything you want the listeners to learn about you, your business, something that you want them to take with them as they continue on like, their journey in that nature?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like relationships are everything. So one thing that I just really advise you to do as you navigate conferences, events, or even your own company is lead with a value. Don't always be figuring out how can somebody support you, but proactively figure out how you can support them. That's the best way to set yourself apart. That's the best way to understand how you can be useful to people that can be useful to you. Don't be transactional. Don't worry about if it's going to be tit for tat, but like literally ask people like, what are you passionate about? How can I support you? That's the opening line I use with everybody, not because it's like some sort of tactic, because it's more like it helps me understand where they're going and how I can help them move the needle. And the more people that you support, the more people that will be in your corner when you need to be supported. And if you take that tactic and you take it to conferences and you're meeting people in a way where you're not asking, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And you're more so asking, how can I support? How can I support? How can I support? You're going to actually make more long-lasting relationships. Lastly, follow up with people and say, hey, really enjoyed that conversation. You mentioned that you needed the support. I went ahead and subscribed to your Substack, or I went ahead and forwarded your podcast to a couple people, et cetera, et cetera. Like, just show people that you actually care, because human connection is going to be so important with AI slop taking over social media, with LinkedIn being full of resumes that are enhanced with AI and automated applications that are just taking up space. You have to actually get to know people in the real world and then combine that with AI to make yourself more self-sufficient. So I don't know if this is the time to shout out my socials and things.
Sure.
All right, so when it comes to the community, it's bigstage.energy. It's a school platform. It's $4.99 for 12 months. We drop free tickets every Tuesday. We have a new conference organizer on a Zoom every Saturday. We call it Speaker Saturday, Ticket Drop Tuesday. And we have amazing recruiters, hiring managers, influencers, podcasters, investors, and conference organizers that can get you on stage. So if you're really trying to pipe up your network for a low cost, it's about $10,000 worth of tickets. I highly recommend tapping in before the price goes up, because like I mentioned, we're gonna go after these conferences that charge $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. If we target their audience and say it's $4.99, they're gonna sign up with us immediately, and then the price is gonna go up eventually because people are gonna buy at that price. So get in there. And then my social media, Instagram is Dr. J, DOCTAJ. I've made it a challenge to grow my social media through being consistent and adding authentic value. So I'd love for you to be a part of that journey and benefit from behind the scenes and the conversations that I'll be having. I'm launching a new podcast called Big Stage Energy as well. We'll be interviewing conference organizers about what was the reason you started it, how has it evolved, what makes you different, what can people expect, and also just get to know these organizers better. Not just diverse conferences, but the conferences that are mainstream and huge that you might not have ever heard of, but it has all the things that you probably want and need for your career or your business. And lastly, what I would say is connect with me on LinkedIn. Being very intentional about doing more content on LinkedIn and growing my LinkedIn, not for the sake of vanity numbers, but growing my LinkedIn to create a community and ecosystem so that if things get weird with quantum computing and robotics, I have real human beings that have my back. I could go on, but I'll just stop there. And yeah, let's just stay connected. We'd love to see you inside Big Stage Energy. And yeah, let's all support each other. Let's win.
Ooh, and tell him that Justice sent you from Techpreneur Talks, okay? So if you guys are interested, just send a comment or comment below saying Big Stage Energy, and we'll send you guys a link, all right? And thank you, Jared, so much for coming on. I really enjoy having you.
Absolutely. When you sign up for Big Stage Energy, make sure to get the link from Justice, all right? She plugged you here, so make sure you sign up with her link. I appreciate you.
No problem. I thank you for coming on. Thank you for everything, literally everything. So yeah, you guys, that's the wrap. So if you're new here, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about personal branding, ask the questions in the comments, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to you. And if not, just reach straight out to Jared, and then we'll love to see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Before we wrap up, if you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you subscribe and follow Techpreneur Talks so you never miss an episode. We're dropping real, unfiltered insights for tech founders, professionals, and entrepreneurs who are actually building every single week. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, tap into exclusive content on Patreon, and don't forget to join us on Substack to grab our weekly deep dive newsletters with strategies you won't hear on the podcast. If this episode gave you value, share it with another techpreneur who needs to hear it. See you guys on next week's episode.